mercy on Jacob, have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, The people shall take them, and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and maids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
Which one you talking about?
Don't.
Huh?
Don't.
What?
Don't. That's her name.
Where is she?
She over there.
Okay, over there where?
At the building that they keep pointing at. They actually know they was going to be out here. So me and my sister and her baby, we walked out the house and they was already waiting in that cut to fight us. So we just started fighting. Because I'm not no punk. You're not going to hit me and I'm not going to do nothing about it.
What's the, hey, come over here quick. You live here?
No.
You have ID on you?
No.
What's your first name?
Sanaya.
Spell your first name?
SHANIYA.
SHANIYA.
NIYA. I used to stay here though.
Okay. Do you have friends or family still here?
Huh?
Do you have friends or family here?
That's my grandma. Y'all let go get
Hey. Stop it. Yes. Do you live here, man?
Yes.
Okay, who is she to you?
Huh?
Who is she to you?
That's my granddaughter.
What is she doing here?
Her mom, I just dropped them off. They live raised somewhere else, not over here. You see? I told you. They're over here. They supposed to be home. I don't know why she brought them out here. And didn't even ask. I could see if she dropped them off and asked me till I watched them. She's not speaking to me, so why would she ask?
Your daughter?
Yeah, she mad with me. I got the text to prove. I've been trying to talk to her. She's not speaking to me. She mad. It's something she started. Dropped the kids off to Chatavia house. Didn't even ask Chatavia.
Just be on his Instagram and all this other stuff that I'm not even familiar with. So apparently they was going back and forth with some messages and this, that, and the third or whatever. And the girl Nari, I guess, kept calling them out to fight or whatever. So when I was in the house, my daughter was outside and she's like, "Mom, the girl want to fight me." This. What's up? Hey, what? What's up? Hey, stop it.
Star supervisor over here. We have a good split. Hey, calm down. Now you gonna know that. Bro. Alright. Yo, why would you say?
Man, what's up? Let me
Go get some water, get some milk.
All the praises and the honor goes to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Recha Ha Quadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and even the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you other brethren, you fellow believers and followers of this faith. Also shalom to you few sisters as well, you sincere ones. And shalom to the hopefully elect, shalom to the elect. I want to touch on this video by the station. The channel is called Code 3. Kind of looks like a police channel, but I have done videos off of this channel before. So I just saw this video and I said, well, I'll do a video on it because everything we speak of to be true, that these are the children of Israel. All the curses that said was going to happen to the children of Israel, you see it right before our eyes. You don't see no other nation. What I mean is an entire nation, for the most part, other than so-called blacks and Native Americans, and even some of those those groups that claim to be Asian, some of them are Israelites. Nobody escapes the curse. And this is what you see. But I want to go into the fact that these are what you call fatherless homes. And we'll go into that, right? Because the black culture has uplifted the woman, have uplifted Eve, right? We've seen this, have uplifted Eve, put Eve on a high pedestal. So now you've just switched the dynamic of the home and put the so-called black queen over the black so-called king, right? And this is the example. When Eve run their household, they become full of prudence and much reproach, as the scriptures say. Now, this is a prime example of what happens when black culture and black Christian church has invaded your neighborhoods. Because the black Christian church will speak of certain things, but they are under some a form of ordinance, under the 501c3. They're not going to push that the father has to be in the home, tell the Eves to submit to that. They'll say it in the church, but they won't tell them how to do it or what they should do. They'll back off of that topic. Because the church and the people that set up the black Christian church also plays a part in the destruction of the so-called black home, man. You know, it's garbage. And they don't read the Bible. And then what happened is these black culture conscience guys, they'll use the Bible and say that's what destroyed us. We'll go into some scriptures, and everything in the Bible, if you was taught it the right way, would change things. You know? Let's go to Matthew 10:35. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. You get the point. This is a scenario. And man's foes shall be that, man and woman, foes shall be that of his own household. So even when you got a divorce, because they signed a law back in the 80s, a no clause, a no guilt law, where the woman can decide on her own to say, hey, I don't want to be with you no more. Take half of what you got and move out. Guess what? That household that you were in and ruling that household with your wife and children, when you're kicked out and you're paying the bills and another man moves in your home, that is a foe. That is an enemy. Foes mean enemy of your household. So we understand in the truth now that what has been happening, and this is why we dig to the root of the problem, right? And we should all know who the root of that problem is. Idumea, right? That's the root. You know, Proverbs 29 says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Now, another thing I noticed in the video, these Jakes, and some of them are young, they seen the Eves get out of control. They let them get out of control. They let them fight, right? But then when the police grabbed them to subdue them and put them back in order like they should be, it seems like the Jakes, they interfere and then want the woman to continue to be in disorder. Almost as they enjoy disorder and they hate order. Now, they're supposed to be the stronger vessels. They're supposed to be the men. Even though that they're young men, they should still have enough strength, right, and capability to break up any fight between their secondary counterparts. But you know what they say? We're all equal. So it's all confusing. If you're going to let them be equal, let them be equal and let them ride it out. But also let them, accept the responsibility and be held accountable. But as you can see, they have no fear. These little Eves who get it from the older Eves, right? They have no fear of any kind of authority, right? Any kind of authority or any kind of order. They don't care. The police lock them up. They don't care. And I saw the little boy out there, right? Now, when he grows up, he sees all of this, and then he feels like he can behave just like his mama. But those cops ain't gonna be so nice on him. I remember years back, I'm not gonna go into detail, but I was actually cut by an Eve, bleeding and everything. You know, the cops came, and I just restrained her, but the cops came, asked her, was she okay? So you can clearly see the mindset, the psychology of somebody who can go into the store, shoot up the whole shop, steal, throw anything in the carts, walk out, and has held zero accountability. Well, no wonder they're that way, right? So you got to blame the heads, the leaders. Anyway, let's go read some scripture. Let's go to, I'm going to go to Romans 3:12. It says, they are all gone out of the way. They are together become unprofitable. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. Their throat is an open sepulchre, like a grave, so to speak, above grave. With their tongues they have used deceit, the poison of asp under their lips, whose mouths is full of cursing and bitterness. Their feet are swift to shed blood, right? Destruction and misery are in their ways, and the way of peace have they not known. There is no fear of God before their eyes, right? Now we can see this would be Edom, but this is the Israelites, right? And this goes to your these leaders, especially these Christian leaders. They don't do a damn thing, but you could clearly see. And why am I bringing up Christianity? Because all those grandmas, right? All those aunties, them older ones, they're in the church, guarantee it. Or if you ask them, Jesus is good, and they'll say, yes, good. God is good all the time. Thank you, Jesus. They always hollering Jesus, but they do nothing that the one you call Jesus say to do. And number one, they got the wrong name. They're calling on Jesus. That's why it doesn't work. Anyway, now we know that things whatsoever the law saith is saith to them who are under the law, right? That's why the law is made for sinners. And Babylon is nothing but sinners, right? That every mouth may be stopped, and all the world may become guilty before Yahweh. Therefore, by the deeds of the law, there shall be no flesh be justified in his sight. For by the law is the knowledge of sin. And that's what they've been doing. The Christian church has managed to flip the law, right? And say, you know what? You don't need to keep the law. The law is done away with. Okay? But when you're going down to verse 31, I'm going to just get to the point. It says, do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid, yea, we establish the law. And see, there's no law established. These are lawless people, right? Let's go to Lamentations 5:1. Remember, O Lord, that come upon us, consider and behold our reproach. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are widows, right? When you look at it today, there's no fathers in the home, man. And if you don't have a father in the home, not to mention, not saying that a single mother, if a single mother is strong enough to help to do the best she can with her son and help set him up with good role models, right? That's kind of like a father figure, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So she is not empty. Let's look up the word fatherless, number one. H3639. It just means without, nothing. Not, without, empty. So when you don't have order or structure in a home, you're empty. Right? It says, we have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us. Right? Our own stuff, everything it belongs to us, but they've managed it. You got the water bills. You got the gas, electric bills. You know, this is sick. Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. Right? There's no rest in the hoods, man. When you see this behavior and them acting and behaving like that, you can clearly see that they're in turmoil. Their spirits is in turmoil. they're in pain, obviously, but they can't see it. So what they do, they get on the social media, they gossip about one another, they start fights amongst one another. And that's what you get, right? Also, this word for fatherless says for lack of. Okay, so let's go here. Deuteronomy 21:18. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, that's why I say father and mother. So these children have no excuse, or these young boys and girls, whatever you want to call them, they have no excuse not to obey the voice of their parents, right? But there's one reason why. Let's go to Proverbs 22:15. Foolish is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him. Oh, they pass laws that you can't discipline your children anymore. And then they take advantage of people who overly discipline their children and say, see, this is the reason why you just shouldn't do it anymore. And then what happens is the children grow up in this mindset, and then they go to jail, and then all of a sudden they become disciplined. In other words, you can't discipline your child, but we will. That's the mindset. It says that when they have chastised him, will not hearken unto them, then shall his father and mother lay hold on him, right, and bring him out unto the elders. This proves that lay hold is physical. In Deuteronomy 22, just jump in there. Of the city and unto the gates of his place, and they shall say unto the elders of the city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard, right? That's what a lot of them up in there for, man. To sit home and eat, play video games, and their little sisters, when they get out of control, they want to pull a gun out and start shooting, man. Some of them are just glutton, not just for food, but glutton and indulging in wickedness, man. And all the men of the city shall stone him with stones, that he die. Right? Not lock him up for 3 months in juvenile detention, man. You just enabling a criminal. So that thou shalt put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. That's what is lacking in Babylon. And that's why the Israelites, us, and I'll say a great millstone, we're going out on the hedges to invoke, they call us fear tactic Israelites. Well, guess what? It's the Most High Yahweh who's going to send his son Yahushua. You ain't seen fear yet until the Son of Man returns, right? And even before then, when this place starts collapsing and starts crashing and all the stuff starts happening and all the famines and pestilences, a lot of you Eve's going to try to get whipped back and ordered in. Trust me, it's going to get bad. But anyway, I just want to do this video because of, the mindset of the fatherless home and literal fathers as well. There's nobody there. The mothers are working. They're trying to pay their car payments on their new cars and their amenities. So they sold out for amenities and gifts, as the gifts destroyeth the heart. And when they did all that, they lacked the responsibility in helping to raise their own children. So you know what the media said? You know what I mean by the media. Hey, we got something for them. We'll give the women, the housewives of Atlanta. We'll give the young men, I don't know, these rappers. We'll give them the rappers, the young thugs, right? We'll give them that. And then we'll give the women some of the blue pill music, right? And the men, or whatever pill you want to call it, where they're simping and fighting for their sisters and mothers that has gone out of control. It's crazy. And a lot of times these mothers, I'll say this real quick, these mothers, when you get a call, I know because I witnessed it, your child is in school, your child is messed up, but they won't hold the child accountable. They'll say, no, it couldn't have been my child. It was somebody else's child. Because of that carnal mindset that they haven't done anything wrong. But then when these young men get locked up and shot up, they're blaming everybody else and they're blaming the police. And here it is, these police got to come and do a parent's job. But that's black culture, man. And that's the black church. All the black culture and black church, they go hand in hand because they've uplifted the woman, right? They haven't taught people the Bible the right way. And the black church has no fear. And everybody left the church, right? And went out and indulged in any kind of activity they wanted because they had no fear of the Lord. Anyway, that's all I have on that. Shalom.